Afternoon. Today, Joanna Rouse got an inside look at the superstar's Perth hideaway.
Mr. Michael Jackson.
For the past month, Australia has been in the grip of Michael Jackson fever, and Perth will probably catch the same bug when the masked one jets in tomorrow afternoon. Jackson and his 200-plus entourage will take up the entire top floor of the Radisson Observation City Hotel. Jackson himself will stay here in the Australia 2 suite, complete with king-sized bed, a hideaway TV and a baby grand piano.
There's a lot to take into account from the security aspect of his stay, which is the most important, to ensure that his privacy is maintained whilst he's a guest in our hotel.
Michael Jackson specifically asked for a hotel away from the hustle and bustle of the city, and this is what he got. It costs around $1,800 a night to rent a suite like this. The view costs priceless.
If you want to take the whole floor, well, then you're talking about a price of $5,500 to $7,000, depending on the specific requirements that you have at the time.
Jacko's staff have already been on the phone to the Radisson's head chef, organising a Thanksgiving dinner for Thursday. All 3 Perth concerts are a sellout. Album sales are also going through the roof.
Sales usually do increase when artists come to town, but I must say usually not to this extent. It's generating hysteria.
Michael Jackson's first concert is at Burswood Dome on Saturday night. Joanna Rouse, 7 Nightly News.
Off the plane, fans went absolutely ballistic. The screaming was just deafening. And there to meet him first and foremost was an Aboriginal dance troupe. I hope you can see them now. They were just fantastic, and I think even Michael was in awe of their dancing, and particularly the young ones as well. He went over and greeted them. They gave him a boomerang and some gum leaves, which he waved at the crowd. They also gave him a didgeridoo, which he was particularly pleased to get. Then he went over and met the rest of the crowd. Fans were probably quite staggered that he came so close to them, I think. He even shook hands with some of them, let them touch his hand. It really was one of the best meet and greets you could have of one of your modern-day idols. He even picked up some of the younger Aboriginal dancers, gave them a hug, got into a huddle with them while they were down on the ground. Very moving scenes. It was extremely electric down here today, and as we said earlier, he's on his way to the Radisson now, where there's expected another 5,000 fans down there to hopefully have a brush with fame. Back to you.
Sounded very exciting, Ali. Thanks for that. Now we go on to weather with the Oracle of the Weather of WA. John, hello.
Jackson Scarborough Hotel, Joanna.
Oh, Rick, I sure am here. Boy, you know you're alive today. He's just a few moments away, and I think while I'm doing this crush, you'll hear them scream any moment now. There was nothing compared to the pandemonium at the airport earlier.
Jackson touched down in Perth just before 5 o'clock with the adulation of hundreds of die-hard fans. After a short meet and greet, he was whisked away in his minivan amid a convoy of security cars and camera crews. Their track taking them through Morley, Karrinyup and onto Scarborough. But Jackson has a little more than just his Perth tour on his mind. 12 days after he wed longtime friend and personal nurse Debbie Rowe, who's pregnant with his child, America's TV tabloid show Hard Copy says she wants a divorce. The couple were married just after Jacko's first sellout Sydney concert, all in secret. The bride wore black and a $100,000 ring. But one of the first signs of what might be trouble came yesterday when relationship guru to the stars, Deepak Chopra, flew into Adelaide to talk to Jacko.
I just went for a day to say hello to him and catch up and discuss the meaning of life and shoot the breeze and have a few laughs.
Some reports say Jacko wasn't even there for his wedding night. Instead, he was at the zoo. Mrs. Jackson apparently flew out of Melbourne for home in the US on Monday. All the reports are true, though, and she does walk away. Under the terms of a prenuptial agreement, she's supposed to get more than $6 million and then $600,000 a year. Andrew Porter, 7 Nightly News.
Yes, and we're still awaiting his arrival, and I just know any second now if I throw back to, he'll turn up. In fact, in the distance I can hear a few fans in the street. He's staying here 8 days. He says he'll make some balcony appearances, but I think the best vantage point for Michael Jackson will be between the beach and the hotel. Look, he's due any second now, but that's all from us here. Back to you in the studio. Just behind me, as you'll be able to see in the distance, all his minders are getting out of the car just at the moment. And of course, the crowd is waiting for the man himself. There's a bit of a problem with the crowd. The cars can't quite get through. But our chopper has been following it from the
now. He will be coming out of the car. Apparently he will approach some of the fans, but the security agents are a little bit nervous at this stage. But he will be here any second. You should be able to see him very shortly.
And Joe, can you tell us how many people are there, would you estimate?
Oh, look, I would estimate nearly 2,000, and the crowd has just surged all of a sudden in the last 5 minutes or so. People have cameras, people have videotapes, they have paper, pen, anything they can get, and things to sign, billboards, posters, live statues, or not so live statues, and of course they're all waiting for the real thing. I believe he's coming now.
Well, we can certainly hear the crowd. We can hardly hear you, but talk us through it if you could. How many cars are there, and what can you tell us about the arrival?
Yes, Rick. Yes, Rick, it's a motorcade of around, I think, about 6 cars. His, of course, is a black Tarago. He stands out in the whole crowd. There's a bit of a squeeze on at the moment. The cameraman will probably pan over and just have a look, as you can see over his shoulder.
And he's got, if the screening subsides, he's got some entertainment lined up, hasn't he? Isn't there a choir about to sing? Probably they already singing. We can't hear them.
Choir, Aboriginal dances, and if you can still hear me, it will be very, very huge.
Okay, we can see him behind you now, Joanna. So as far as arriving at Perth Airport and there's been no chance, of course, to talk to him, I suppose. The minders are keeping people well clear of him?
No, indeed. Well, we don't know if he's giving any interviews to us this evening, and I'm sure there'll be some lined up for the next couple of days. And I think I might sign off now before the crowd drowns us out completely. That's all. Back to you in the studio. Also a person onto the side with a baby Joey. As you can see, autograph hunters are straining. Security men have never looked so nervous in their life, as far as I can tell. It's just absolutely pandemonium, but the feeling is electric, and it's certainly what the crowd has waited for all day.
There are so many kids. Are there a lot of police there?
Yes, indeed. There are police lining the streets right back to where BP is on the opposite corner, further up the West Coast Highway. It really is. As you can see, they're pushing against the crowd, trying to keep them away. And Michael seems very unrelaxed. His mask is back on, of course. He's blowing kisses, signing autographs. He's having a ball, although the wind, I think, will play havoc with his hat very shortly.
Joe, is there any sign of the international media in the light of those divorce reports today?
Well, his personal camera crew are here filming. At the moment, there's no other cameras other than us here at the moment, but apparently a huge cavalcade has travelled with him on this Australian tour. And there's a little chap having a dance now, giving him an impression of his own moonwalking.
Well, thanks very much for that, Joe. It looks like an exciting time for a lot of kids down at Scarborough.
It's the highlight of my life. Thank you. Of course, he's walked over to them now and is giving him his full attention. He took some more bouquets from little children. He had a snuggle with a little baby Joey that was in someone's arms and brought it to him. He really is just having a ball. He's calm, he's relaxed. He's giving the V sign to everyone, taking time to sign autographs. Even his minders are grabbing autographs from the crowd, giving them to him. He signs them and he hands them back. It really is a very congenial, relaxed atmosphere, despite the fact that there are so many security men here. Look, that's all from us. Back to you in the studio. Not very many people now. He moonwalked a little earlier with some children in the foyer picnic, but he certainly watched them doing it. He collected so many cards, so many flowers, but I think the crowd got exactly what they came here for, a piece of Michael, and I'm sure they all have tickets to the sellout concert this weekend. That's all from me. Back to you in the studio.
Joanna Rouse, 7 Nightly News. Concert. He moonwalked, danced and sang for more than 2 hours with a fireworks spectacular that dazzled the crowd. It's hard to convey the sheer power and movement that is Michael Jackson live. Times this by 1 million and he'd still fall short. 18,000 fans shelled out around $100 for this show. They certainly got their money's worth. For more than 2 hours, the King of Pop reigned supreme. Fireworks, dancers, flames and flags, it was all there. Forget the child molestation charges, divorce from Lisa Marie, his unborn child and all the other adverse publicity. Believe only what you see. Michael